These are six things that you must have in your life if you want to live a balanced and powerful life. Think of it like the bricks that you stand on or the foundation you stand on for your life. All a coping skill is if your nervous system is out of whack because something is stressing you out, making you afraid, making you freak out, you need stuff that you can do to feel better. If you're walking around for days feeling shitty, that's not good. I'd get on the bus, I'd sit in the back, I'd sit somewhere in the window with the sun on my face and just be quiet, and just feel like, okay, no one's going to bother me in this space. Wherever you can find it, take those protected, safe moments. And those are surprisingly powerful to help you build up that strength. Everybody has a different need in terms of coping. Everybody feels differently inside and needs something that soothes how they feel. So I look at coping skills, if you want to kind of look at it technically. First of all, are you needing, figure out if you need a physical coping skill, like your body doesn't feel great and you need to make your body feel better. Do you need something mental, like your brain is scrambling and you can't think straight, things like that, because you're so worried about something, for example? Or is it a spiritual need? What does it all mean? And why is life so effed up? And why are these terrible things happening to me or to the world? So it can help to kind of define what is it that you need to cope with. Sometimes I think people will feel just bad and feel like they want to reach for something to make them feel good right away. So some of those things can be really dysfunctional. You reach for drugs or alcohol or smoking or eating poorly, all of those things. I mean, I think, people do that automatically. Like, okay, I feel really bad. I'm going to go buy a bunch of junk food. So the rule that we always say, Bounce Back Generation, is do you, is what your coping skill, is your coping skill going to make you feel good today and just as good or better tomorrow? And if it's not, then it's not a great coping skill. It's probably putting you in a deeper hole. What are the things that you can do to feel better? So do you have coping skills that you use that are kind of regular things that you use to feel better?
The run of the mill exercise, meditation, chores, and then not overthinking it and just allowing myself to do it. One thing that I got caught up in was thinking a certain set of things had to be done at a certain time. And so like if I'm going to build my coping skills, if I'm going to be healthy, then I need to do this, and this every day. I need to drink my water, take my vitamins, work out, exercise, meditate, go for a walk, spend time with family, do my work. Um, but lately, what I've been trying to refocus on is what is a priority. And
Mhm.
so even though I might really want to make this new routine or this bedtime work, is it more important to stay up and watch the movie with my kids
Yeah.
and realizing I'm not going to be able to do everything? And so when I'm not, I need to be able to prioritize what's going to give me the maximum benefit.
So think about like so if your body is feeling bad, like right now I'm still getting over this sinus infection that I've had for like a month. So I'm constantly thinking about like what can I do to make my body feel better because it's stressing me out because I have a lot to do and am I going to be able to do it because I feel tired a lot. And then there's the mental aspect. If you're really worried and ruminating and going things over and over in your head, you need ways to break free of that. And what I do when I'm feeling like that is I'll do like a puzzle or a game, play a video game or have a conversation with someone that can help you kind of unravel, I'm really worried about X, Y, and Z. And then if you have someone that's really good at walking you through that, you'll often, kind of unravel that and realize that what you're worried about is actually, not even something that you can control or you can't or you shouldn't worry about it. And then there's the psyche one, which is more of spiritual. Why do bad things happen to good people? Things like that. So that's where, finding a mentor, looking into some kind of spiritual practice or religious practice, depending on what your position is, philosophy, reading philosophy, things like that. So that's my suggestion in terms of coping skills, and just like have a whole bunch of them. that work for different things. And then make a list and think of it like as it's your personality. The coping skills that you pick are part of your personality.
That is not something that I've thought of, but that's really what they are. If I look at what I'm doing on a daily basis, even like the things I say I'm doing for fun or hobbies, they're more or less things that just help me stay sane.
Mhm.
And I've just figured out a way to kind of almost like sell myself that I do them for fun, I do them to relax, but really, really what they're doing is they're grounding me. They're kind of keeping
Mhm.
me level. And
Yeah,
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
no, no. And it's great to be like these are my things that I do for myself because I know myself enough to know that when I'm feeling kind of bored because and then I start feeling negative, I go and I go bake. Like I do that. Like I'll bake some I make oatmeal cookies yesterday because I was feeling a little bored but also a little anxious and it was like I'll what's gonna make me feel better? Oatmeal cookies, right? And the process of making them, that was a copy, and I felt great afterwards, right? So, yeah, all of those things are part of your personality. So express yourself and just make sure that what you're doing today is going to make you feel better or just as good tomorrow. So hopefully that doesn't get you going into these pits of I'm going to feel good right now, but it's going to be damaging later on.